welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is a busy one at that, because when it comes to animals, dogs play an essential role in our lives. They are our friends and companions. But for those with special needs or medical conditions, dogs can do so much more, whether it's by catching a whiff of nuts that could be fatal to someone with a severe allergy, to detecting low blood sugar, or even spotting signs that could signal a heart attack. The canine's heightened senses could save a life. And we are joined by Compliance Officer Corey Niemann of Touch Our Pets Therapy Dogs, as well as lead trainer and behavioralist Kalika Maurice from Paws for Life. We are also joined by 2 therapy dogs this morning from Top Dogs, as well as Cooper, who is a certified, and he just said hello, medical alert dog, and his owner, Yvette. Now, we encourage you at home to join in on the conversation and the discussion by sharing your thoughts. We have that WhatsApp line voice notes open. Please connect with us on 063 408 8863. Very good morning.
Morning. Thank you.
I mentioned Corey's name and we got a bark. Who's in front of us right now?
This is Cooper.
Cooper, and he's got his little cute little toy.
Yeah, it's a squirrel.
Hello. Oh, cute. Corey, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm missing the names here, but can you put it into context for us? What is the difference between a service dog and an emotional support dog?
A service dog is a dog that provides a service to one owner, and a therapy dog is actually providing comfort to many strangers. So that's the main difference. But you also get service dogs that are emotional support dogs. But the main difference between the service dog is providing a service to one owner, like the guide dogs or hearing dogs or medical alert dogs. And the therapy dogs are providing the service for many people, like old age homes, rehabilitation hospitals, court prep for the children. That's actually doing very well. The conviction rate went up by 50% after our dogs got involved.
Sure. So it really calmed those who needed that support from them.
There are mainly 2 things that we've picked up. The children start to trust the dogs, and then they transfer the trust to the people that are helping them. And then we dress the dogs up like the court role players, like the magistrate and the court orderly and all the role players, and then they teach them the court process using the dogs in those different roles, which is non-threatening.
Oh.
And then the children become more confident, and they are better witnesses because of that. And because of the fact that they are better witnesses, then the conviction rate went up. So it's wonderful work that the dogs actually do.
That's incredible, Corey. Now, Yvette, you have Cooper here, who's got his squirrel and he's laying on the ground right now. What type of services does Cooper offer his owner?
So Cooper is a medical service dog. Initially, he was trained to do psychiatric assistance. I've got PTSD and suffer from severe anxiety to the point where I couldn't go into a shop. So Cooper came into my life, and I could now go back into life because of Cooper. I've also recently been diagnosed with diabetes, so we're busy training him as a diabetic alert dog.
Oh, wow.
So he's a multifaceted service dog, so he's trained in all facets with the exception of the blind and the hearing. Oh. So he does mobility assist. So he's very good at fetching the remote.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Is that if you had to instruct him to fetch the remote, he'll do that for you?
Well, he goes and fetch my pajamas when I get home, so then I don't have to go up the stairs. And then he fetch the pillow and then the blanket. Because Mommy's cold.
Mommy's cold. Oh, he is a good boy. Yes, Cooper, you're a good boy. Now, Kalika, I know having a pet can really improve someone's quality of life. Why is that so?
So pets give you the ability to go out, go to social places, go to new environments, get you out of bed. You need to take them to places to be desensitized. You have to take them to new environments. So it's definitely a thing where you need to go out and about with them. and they give you unconditional love and support as they go with. So, yeah, it's just, they are the best things. I can't imagine a life without my dogs.
Oh, so I'm a cat mom. I would love to have a dog one day, but I just have to wait for the lifestyle. Because to have a dog is a big commitment.
Definitely.
If you're busy and you can't take your dog out, I think it's unfair towards your pet. But Corey, when it comes to mental health, have the furry friends been able to assist those who, you know, struggle with depression, anxiety, potential suicide thoughts?
Yeah, there are actually 5 hormones that gets excreted in your brain when you pet a dog, or any pet actually for that matter. 2 actually reduces your stress, and 3 actually makes you feel better. Like dopamine actually gets excreted in your brain when you pet a dog to make you feel better. And then, among others, cortisol gets released to reduce your stress. So it is not only a psychological thing, but it's also a physical thing. And the motivational side of it is extreme as well, that we've seen in the rehabilitation hospitals, for instance. The rehabilitation hospital for children, the first time that we've been there, there was a boy that did not speak for 9 weeks.
Sure.
And the first time that the dogs were there, he wanted to say the names of the dogs.
Oh.
So, yeah, we've seen many of these things where it's so heartwarming to know that it really makes a difference.
Oh, listen, I don't want you guys to move a muscle. Corey, Yvette, Kalika, as well as Cooper, please stay with us. We're going to be back with more for you on your Feel Good Breakfast show, but please weigh in on the conversation. Have you had an emotional support animal, or perhaps you have a story or photo you'd love to share with us? You can do so on our WhatsApp line with your voice notes. That number is 063 408 8863.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, it's all fun on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Thank you for joining us. And if you've missed our first conversation, we are continuing our conversation around pets and well-being with lead trainer and behavioralist Kalika Morris, Yvette Palm, and her service dog Cooper from Paws for Life, as well as compliance officer Corey Niemann from Top Dogs. Now, we encourage you at home to join in on the conversation, share your thoughts, perhaps your own experiences with us. You can do so on social media, our Facebook page, or through WhatsApp, our voice note line, which is 063 408 8863. Now, a question that I've been burning to know is, as an individual, when do you know you need to perhaps make use of a service dog?
So usually we go through a doctor or psychiatrist. So the psychiatrist will tell us, okay, yes, a service dog is recommended for you, and then they need to write a letter saying that you are fit enough to partake in training and be part of the Paws for Life family, basically.
Okay. Now, I've noticed a trend in the good dogs, the ones that have become service dogs. What breeds are recommended to become service dogs?
So usually we do recommend the Golden Retriever. They have more empathy, they're more sociable. So we do prefer Golden Retriever, but all dogs are welcome to become service dogs. They go through rigorous testing, puppy assessments, and everything to make sure they will be able to become a service dog.
Oh,
So, yeah.
this is amazing. Yvette, some of Cooper's, Cooper is wearing the little red harness, which means he is fully qualified and fully trained. What does that training process entail?
Well, not a lot of people know this, but if you, Cooper comes from a very good breeder, so he starts looking at the dog from about 4 weeks. And then they do an assessment of empathy levels, how they react towards the human. They make them aware of all the noises and so forth, because that is what your service dog needs to do, is not to react in areas where there's a lot of distractions. And then it is at 8 weeks, they come to you as a puppy, and you train with somebody like Kalika. That's how I started with Cooper. 4 years ago, he came to me as an 8-week-old puppy, and it was a weekly session with rigorous training. Lots of people ask us this question: how long is the training? Every day, how much time has she spent? 24 hours. And then at 8 weeks, he was already...
8 months.
8 months, he was already a service dog certified. But it takes most dogs to about 2 years to become... they still have their puppy phase and their teenage phase, so we need to get them past that.
Okay.
But at 8 months old, he was already reacting and doing his job, what he was supposed to do.
What a good boy. Now, we have asked our viewers to weigh in with voice notes, so we have one that we would love to play. And, you know, we always welcome comments, questions, so let's take a listen to our first voice note.
Hello, Expresso. My name is Reese, and if I cry, my cat cry with me.
Oh, how cute is that? Do we have another voice note? We need to keep the cuteness going. This one's from
Good
Leanne.
morning, Expresso Show. My dogs have been a wonderful emotional support over the whole of COVID. I had to work from home. My family was driving me a bit insane. And I just found that having the dogs around and not having them talk to me but be there for me really helped me with emotionally. I'm going to send you a picture now.
Oh, thank you. We want to see that picture. And we have one more voice note that we would love to listen to.
Morning, morning. I'm Ponoza Mkuzanga from Akliye. Oh, I like my dog and it protects me all the time.
Oh, very cute. And you know what I love is the love is mutual, the love for the animal's love for the human. Corey, when it comes to service dogs, medical service dogs, emotional support dogs, what are the regulations at the moment in South Africa? Are they allowed in restaurants, on public transport? Is it easy?
Well, the problem is not the legislation or the regulations, because that we have. And yes, they should be allowed everywhere. Our problem in South Africa is public awareness.
Okay.
The public do not know, and not all actually understand that dogs are clean and they are well cared for and they are well behaved. So we still have a lot of negativity regarding that. So part of what Top Dogs actually do is an education program that we actually train people, and we start with schools. We had one yesterday where we were training 90 children at a holiday program how to care for a dog, and we did bite avoidance and so on. So it is and how to approach a dog, especially a service dog. You need to ask permission first and so on and so on. So it's the public awareness that is the issue.
Okay. And that's why you are here today, so that we can shed some light on that. Please don't go anywhere. I feel like we need to unpack how the public can be supportive and create that awareness. And I believe Cooper has a super cool story that we also would love to share with you, so don't go anywhere. But if you would love to continue and join in on this conversation, we have the Facebook post for you available on Facebook, and the voice notes is also available, so you can send us a voice note through to our WhatsApp line, which is 063 408 8863.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, listen up. You are back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are also wrapping up a very insightful discussion on the importance of companion service and emotional support dogs for people with special needs. Now, I'm still joined by lead trainer and behavioralist Kalika Morris, Yvette Palm, and her service dog Cooper from Paws for Life, as well as compliance officer Corey Niman from Top Dogs. And we have now traded Luna out and replaced it with Jethro, that is joining us here on the carpet. And we encourage you to be part of this conversation. Our WhatsApp line is open. That number is currently on your screen. And I know earlier we ended off by saying that Cooper had a very special story. Yvette, do you want to share what happened when he was about 8 months old?
Yeah, so we, on the Saturday, we did our good citizenship training and got his certificate, and lo and behold, this week we walk in one of the shopping centres, and the next moment Cooper just runs out of just literally dragged me around the floor to try to get to this one little young girl. She's about 20, 21, round about there. And he jumped on, and I'm like, oh my word, my dog has just jumped on, so I'm going to be fired, or so there's something's bad's going to happen. And Cooper literally pushed her down He, what we call deep pressure therapy, which we didn't know at the time. He wasn't taught that. And he pushed her down and she started crying. And I thought, oh my word, this poor woman, she is just totally terrified by him. It eventually turned on, she just gave me a plastic bag from one of the pharmacies, and I held on to it and I said, can I phone somebody? Can I phone? Yes, just phone my mom, just phone my mom. And I phoned her mom, and her mom arrived, and Cooper was hugging her the whole time, but like serious hugging. And when her mom arrived, she said, sweetie, what's wrong? What's wrong? She said, Mom, I wanted to commit suicide. I was on my way to commit suicide. Until today, I mean, that was over a distance of about 30 meters.
Sure.
That he picked up on her. And that is one thing that I've subsequently learned from Cooper is never underestimate your dog. If your dog gives you a signal, go on that signal, because there's a reason why he acts on that.
Oh,
Trust your dog always.
trust your dog. Don't trust your gut, trust your dog. That is such a beautiful story. Cooper, you're a good dog. You're a good dog. Oh, he knows that. Yes, you do. I don't know why we have these special voices for pets and babies, but it's going to come out today. Now, we have a couple of voice notes that we would love to share with you. Let's take a listen to the first one.
Good morning, Expresso. I have a cat and her name is Precious, and I got her 2020 during lockdown, and I don't regret it because I have been the happiest person ever since I got Precious. Whenever I'm not okay, she comes to sit on top of my lap, and I start playing with her. She just knows when I'm not okay. I feel like she senses it. And I have been the happiest person ever since I got her. So, yes, Precious gives me emotional support.
Oh, special. So clearly the animals have such a positive impact. We have a voice note from Bronwyn. We take a listen to this.
Good morning, I'm Lauren Goldman. The way my dog emotionally supports me is when I feel down, he immediately come to me and he will sit by me, he will lick me and like that. And we play and then I rub him. And she always protect me when nobody would ever dare to touch me because my dog will be there and help me when I am in trouble.
Oh, always the protectors. Yeah. Corey, I know you said there's a big lack of, public awareness. Yeah. I feel like today I learned the difference between a fully trained, qualified service dog has a red harness, and we have Jethro over here, as well as Luna, that's wearing a blue harness, meaning they are in training. Yeah. What are some of the other things people need to be aware of, especially when it comes to service dogs?
Well, one of the first things is you cannot just approach a service dog and interact with it, especially the children need to know that. And we teach children, for instance, not to do that, but to ask the permission of the handler first. Because if you interfere with a service dog while they are on duty, they may start to forget that they're on duty. So it's very important. But the main thing is the public awareness. We want to really educate the public, and we start with children to make sure that they understand how to treat the dog, what the dog's needs are. It's not just having a pet in the backyard and just, it's that. The dog also has got emotional needs, and they're intelligent beings.
Wow.
I mean, so they need the humans, and they need the support, and they also need to interact with. So it's very important, the public awareness, so that we can get to people to understand that it's okay to take a dog to a restaurant or to a mall. I mean, many malls, most of the malls in South Africa even don't allow pets.
Okay.
So then what do you do if you travel with your pet and you want to stop by the mall? You can't leave the pet in the car, so you can't take them into the mall. So it's a bit of a schlep.
Yeah.
So we really need to try and educate people and get them to understand that it's okay to have your pet that's well behaved. Like what she mentioned is the Canine Good Citizenship Program, which certifies a dog at different levels of how they will behave in public.
Okay, so there are programs in place that make
yeah.
sure it's safe for them to be in public spaces. Now, we have our viewers shared some beautiful photos on our WhatsApp line, so that will appear on your screen right now. So we love animals, and look at this. This is one from Geo. The dog's name is Zeus, having a nice little snooze. The dog's her best friend, and they always run together. And then we have another photo, I believe. This one's from Nancy Govender, and that dog's name's Bino. How cute. Oh, beautiful doggy. And you know what? Saying goodbye to a dog that has passed away is also a tough, tough memory because they are such a big part of your life. Now, I believe Cooper can count. Please, can we put this into practice? How does this work? How does a dog count?
Well, dogs are quite clever. They can learn up to, or they can understand up to about 5,000 words. So we just underestimate our dogs. So, Cooper, hoeveel is die? Hoeveel? Okay, en hoeveel is die? En die? Good job. Good job. Good job.
Well done.
Maar sit jou koppie hierso. Sit jou koppie hierso. Daar is hy.
Oh, hy luister.
Sit 'n koppie hierso.
Oh,
very cute.
En kan hy drukkies gee?
Oh, yes. So, if you don't mind me.
Ja, ek sien.
Kom ons gaan 'n drukkie. Kom gee 'n drukkie.
Kan ek 'n drukkie kry? Kan ek 'n drukkie kry? Kan ek 'n drukkie kry?
Op jou. Okay. Of wie jy hierso. Kom gee 'n drukkie hierso.
Kan ek 'n drukkie kry?
Okay.
Sit koppie bo. Sit jou koppie daar.
Hierso. As jy 'n bietjie vorentoe sit.
'n bietjie vorentoe sit. Is it? Oh, ek het 'n drukkie van Cooper.
Druk.
Kan ek 'n drukkie kry? Ek het 'n treat vir jou nie. Ek is jammer, Cooper. Oh, listen, today is all about the animals. They are special. They are incredible. And it's been amazing having each and every one of you here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. And of course, if you can support, get involved. These are wonderful organizations that need the public support. And if you want to be part of our conversation today, we do have that WhatsApp line. It's open. It's 063 408 8863.